Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Principal Tuesday night call sponsored by DE and Band of Brothers all over the world. I am, of course, Dawn Maynard. That's my buddy Ellis. He's chilling on the couch here with me. Man, we're coming off an incredible DE. We were just talking before the broadcast about how wonderful it was. I know I left there with a made up mind and an open heart, and I hope you did too. There was a lot of good energy, a lot of good connection, and the good news is we get to do it all over again in April. April 18th through the 21st, we're going to be the same bat channel, same bat place, same bat time. And yeah, we'll be down at the Sheridan Sand Key in Clearwater, and it will be warmer. So I know that everybody will appreciate that. I just learned that we're going to do something new for that new spring DE. Anyone who is new, who has never been to DE before, we're going to have a newcomers reception at some point. So this is a great one to bring your friends and folks that you have been trying to work on coming to DE. This will be a great one to do that, because we're going to make sure we open up the welcome wagon for them and make them feel real welcome. So that will be very cool. And of course, that Saturday night party that is getting more and more exposure and everybody's enjoying it. We're going to have a Hollywood glam party. So get your finest out for that one. We've got the summer DE in July. That's going to be the 18th through the 21st. And then the big one, October 24th through 27th, we are going to have our 60th anniversary gala. So mark your calendars, get yourself ready, start shopping, planning, and bring all your friends. And we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. So now, one more thing. Next Tuesday night, we'll have Ryan Dops on the Tuesday night call. So make sure that you come and support him that night too. We're looking forward to that. Ryan's always got something incredible to say. And of course, we know that, he is just full of love. So excited for that call as well. Tonight, we have Seth Chalfin from New York. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also a recent birthday boy. I think he just had a birthday a couple days ago. Very pumped up to share with you all. And I know that he is just going to bring the love and bring the spirit. So take it away, Seth.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. And oh my goodness, I don't know where to start. I'm glad you mentioned the April DE, same bat channel, same bat place and time, and hopefully not same bat weather, because this was cold. It can get cold and blustery. In last year, we had almost like hurricane blowing wind. Anyway, there's so many things I want to share, and I'm going to try to, I don't know what's going to come out tonight. I am on fire. I loved this DE. It's been a year since I came into DE. The last DE was last year in Tampa, and I grew all kinds of husk. Why I need to keep coming back to DE. That's one of the things I want to talk about. There are a couple of things I want to talk about. I also want to talk about why I love the Sunday program so much. So I do have, God, I got to tell you, I have so many things on my heart that I want to share with you. I'm going to start by telling you this was absolutely one of the best DEs I have ever attended. And I don't know if it's because I was away for such a long time. I really don't think so. From the Thursday night program opening, Steve Judson set the tone of a fantastic DE. He set the tone. Then we heard Dee Dee Umber, who's been at DE from day one. I've been around for about 30 years. I started coming to DE as a student. Actually, I went to a DE even before I got into chiropractic school. My field doctor, Harvey Fish, once I started entertaining chiropractic, brought me to a DE, and I fell in love. And at that time, they were seeing like 1,000, 2,000 people in the room. I was sold and turned on to DE and the dynamic essential and the whole notion of the love and the camaraderie and the fellowship and the transformational quality of what unconditional love can do. You know, I hear it in other circles, in another fellowship, but they say, we will love you until you can learn to love yourself. Well, that's my experience of DE, unconditional love. And I'm learning to love myself. And that's what one of the principles of DE. So Steve Judson set the tone. Dee Dee Umber laid some groundwork. Then we heard Sid Williams. This is all on the opening night. And then we had Sid doing all his delivered, what I would call his Sidisms. But from TNT to a made up mind and the lasting purpose, it just rolled off one thing after another, after another, after another. And then, as if that wasn't enough, Darcy led us in a fantastic 49 breaths meditation, and the tone for the entire weekend was set. It was fun. And then it was just like a crescendo. Just Friday was better. Saturday was incredible. And then the Sunday morning program. After everybody has shed the husk for those 3 days, the 2.5 days, Thursday into Saturday and Friday and Saturday. And now the Sunday morning program, I want to make a strong pitch for it. The clarity of the 4 speakers who spoke Sunday morning blew my socks off. I absolutely love Jamie Weisgeiver, I think, if I pronounce her name right. I'm looking at the program. Alex Rubin knocked it out of the park. Joe Parpala. I was so taken. I actually Sunday morning after the Sunday program, I got to hang out with Joe for a few minutes. I was so taken by his humility. And here's a guy seeing 500 of visits a week after week after week, and humble. Aware, humble, and obedient. And you know what? I was trying to compliment him on something other, some aspect of his talk. He was talking about, how he was encountering the shoe salesman and how the shoe salesman's perception, the whole talk was about perception, clarity of perception. And this guy was not reading that Joe was in a rush and had to get out of there. One of the points I got from his talk was what kindness he brought to that whole situation. I'll tell you, as a New Yorker, a guy trying to sell me something I don't want, I probably would have flipped him the bird and gotten the hell out of there. And Joe exercise patience and tolerance and kindness. And when I was complimenting him that, don't feed my ego, Doc, don't feed my ego. I love you, Joe. I hope you're watching and listening tonight. There were so many pearls of wisdom. Without going into the specifics, a Friday morning, Pete Amlinger just, broke my heart open. And he shared a story about his brother and how a broken heart inspired him. I lost my brother in October 15th to be exact. And I flew down from New York to Sarasota. That's where he lived. And we clasped hands, and we shared each other's love and appreciation and gratitude. He was 7 years older than me. I loved my older brother. I admired him, and and on his deathbed, he told me, I had a good run, Seth. That inspires me. I can step up big time. I've been playing small, and this will bring up something else that relates to that. So my brother, I had a good run. You know what? I just turned 70. I want to make this next 10, 15, 20 years. If I got 20 years, I hope I'm as spry as our Didi Umbra at 90. I told him so. But I got 20 more years. I hope to be as spry as Didi Umber. And I think that's what having lasting purpose does. You stay, you're alive. Didi Umber absolutely inspires the hell out of me. But so my brother inspired me. He had a good run. And I want to have a good run, and I want to be able to say on my deathbed, I had a good run. And I got to say, I'm having a pretty good run, but I think I could do better. I know I could do better. That brings me to the next thing I want to share. So at one point in the weekend, Andy Harding gave me a big bear hug. And he kind of rubbed he didn't shave much this weekend, and he rubbed his beard into the top of my head. That Andy's a good head taller than me. So he rubbed his beard into the top of my head. It was like poking my head, It actually hurt a little bit. And it reminded me of Sid's story. And I shared this with Andy, and so I want to share it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from Sid's book, Road to Success Starts in the Heart. And I'm reading from page 30. And I'm going to tell you that in the book, the story is the story, but I'll try to bring some color to the way Sid told it when Sid would share this story 30 and 25 and 30 years ago, when Sid was at the top of his game. The color that he brought to every lesson that he wanted to convey. And he did it again and again and again. And it was always from the heart. It was always with unconditional love, and always with the intent to make a difference. Of all, Sid continues to inspire and transform. The work that is being done today at DE is continuously transforming lives of the doctors who attend, and then the patients that get to be touched by those doctors who are transformed. So this is on page 30, and Sid was talking about, and this is the road to success, and he's talking about his experience as a football player. And I'm not sure if I think this was in college. I think it was in college, but he's saying here, he's talking about persistency. When I was knocked down and almost knocked out in the tryouts by the rugged team captain, I was supposed to be blocking I need a little more light to read this. When I was knocked down and almost knocked out in the tryouts by the rugged team captain I was supposed to be blocking, my choice was to either get persistently effective very fast or be moved out. By applying all the skills that I had learned about blocking the week before, I stood up to my opponent again, and this time I achieved perfection in my skills. To prove it was not a fluke, I was able to be successful again and again in applying all the skills I had learned. Then the coaches recognized my innate ability and my athletic and leadership qualities. It truly warmed my heart to hear my new admirers cheering me on, and to hear that tough old coach say, I like you, boy. Well, that's the watered down version of Sid's story of how this really big guy, the team captain, ran over him 2 or 3 times when he was called to block him. And the coach called Sid over and tells Sid to take off his helmet. And he hits him on the top of the head with this some championship ring or something. Hits him on the top of the head. You want to play for me, boy? Now go block this guy. And the guy runs over him again. And the coach does the same damn thing. He takes off the head, hits him on the top of the head. You want to play for me, boy? Block the tackle. So after 2 or 3 times of getting his head hit really hard, he says it welled up this sense of determination that he was going to accomplish. And so his timing improved, and his performance improved, his determination improved, and he brought to bear. And so when it came time to tackle, the way Sid was saying, that he sprang out first, and he hit the guy first. And then the way as Sid used to tell it, and then I turn. And then he did it again. And then he did it again, and he made the team. And so Sid performed at such a high level, but it was sheer determination. So anyway, Andy Harding fucking pressed on my head, and it reminded me of Sid's story, and now I'm determined and inspired to do better. So that's that. I do think that the Sunday program, probably one of the best parts of the program, because the doctors that share on that Sunday morning program have shed the husk, and their message comes out clear and clean. I loved Sunday morning. And Sunday was my birthday, I have to say. I just turned 70, and the whole room sang happy birthday to me. That was really a wonderful experience. There were so many highlights, from the several people shared about the having an experience that could break someone down, that breaks their heart, like a suicide, like a child's passing, like a close member of a family who passes early, could break your heart. And then we have a choice. I think that's one of the most powerful messages from DE. I always have a choice. Am I going to live out in victimhood, the victimhood of a broken heart, or am I going to grow from it? Am I going to let it inspire me to a new level? Inspire me to be better, to do better, to give from my abundance. Another message that was sent, it was so powerful from the podium. Someone shared, and I don't want to share names in particular. You got to come to DE to get that. But shared about going through recent surgery and then having the insight that it triggered such negative self-talk, and that he would never talk to someone else in that manner and would never accept that same kind of talk from someone else. So what gives me permission to talk negatively to myself? Nothing. It serves no effing purpose other than to denigrate my own self-esteem, to denigrate my sense of self-worth. I am enough. I do enough. I can, I will, I must be and do and learn to love myself. And when I notice the negative self-talk, I cut that out rapido. I don't entertain it. It only brings me down. That's the only purpose it serves. So that was a brilliant share that night. Brilliant. It was Paul Rose's. Thank you, Paul. And then we heard from Mike, success leaves clues. How many times do I have to hear that fucking message? Mike, you want to mentor me? I'd love to share some of your success. So there were so many things shared from the podium, and it was all from this loving space, from this desire to make a difference, to love on each and every one of us. I got to tell you, I got 20 deep hugs from men and women. That alone is transformational. Holy shit, I am running really late on this talk, so I want to wrap it up. I want to say I love and appreciate you deeply. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. I love and appreciate you all, and I think that's a wrap. And I look forward to seeing you at the next DE in April. And God bless you all. That's it. Thank you.